Did a film about João Ribas, and which was a former band member of some bands that I played in, like Kujuras, and we had been friends for a lifetime. And then when João died, Paul was making the film, and I don't know. I made sure that Paulo knew about some stories about João, and from then on we started to have a few conversations, and I don't know, maybe like 2 years after that, 3 years, Paulo gave me a call and he said he wanted to make a movie about my own person, my persona, and it was quite, weird or awkward, and but I accepted the challenge, and I was quite dubious about the results, because in punk there's no myths or heroes, or it was all done in a time and place, long time ago, let's say, like 30 years ago. It was a bit like do it yourself, and to see it on screen and portrayed by Paul, and his team. It's a great job. I'm proud, and I think it tells a bit of the story of rock and roll here in Portugal, how things went. It's a bit of history.
Yeah, and going to
it was healthy, to meet Paulo, because he's a great guy. He and his team, and you have to understand that this film was filmed last year when we were going to start filming when the pandemic struck us all. And then the COVID started, and we had to stop filming, and we had to, ponder if we wanted to go ahead with the film and all that. And we took a risk, and it was all done in the low budget, but there was a lot of will. But at the same time, we had the streets for ourselves, and it was quite fun. Yeah, quite fun. I don't know if you want me to go on. I'll go on.
Paulo tells me, I had a conversation with Paulo about the film, and he says that he's not a musician, but by making films about music, he feels that he's a musician. So did you find anything that is connected with that, and cinema and music, and how did you go about with this?
I don't know. Sometimes it's okay not to be involved in a certain way, because you don't have those switches. You're not attached to something. You don't go and you're a liberal. You're coming from an outside source. You can see things with a clear eye, and you take your own proper ideas. And I think Paulo comes from another generation also. He's younger, and he can sort of look at it with fresh eyes, and tell the story like it happened. And it's really fortunate, like him and his team, and Joana, the girl that makes the film. And because Paulo did the whole film, and then he didn't want to edit the film because he thought that someone rather than him should edit the film, and he gave it to Joana. And they're all very young, Paulo's about like 27, 28, and all the others are all kids, like 20, 21. And I think that they got the story, and they understood the time, and they managed to make the film like real, in a manner that you can watch the film, and it's a documentary. It's the story being told, and in that sense, I think it. I don't know. It's something nice, because we don't do many things here in Portugal about music. Only lately we started to really appreciate what's done in, you know, in culture. I don't know about Greece, but here in Portugal, it's a struggle. It's really hard. And to be recognized, especially in life, it's a feat by itself. And to make a film also, it's a feat. And Paulo, not being from the music world, I don't know. He's part of the gang now. I've already told him that. You're not from Alvalade, but you're now part of the history. And he told me once that he always wanted to be a musician, but he never played in a band, but he used to go to dressing rooms and be with bands just to fill the atmosphere. And in a way, I think he got it, because and I think he still has it. I mean, to portray other musicians and try and, you know, portray what music was, and try and leave that message or that testimony. He's not a real musician, but music needs everybody. So he did a great job. So
questions from the audience. Do you think maybe we can κάνουμε? Δεν θα φαίνονται. Έχετε ερωτήσεις που μπορούμε να το απευθύνουμε? Ναι. Και στα ελληνικά θα τα κάνω εγώ μετά. Ό,τι θέλετε. You can do it? Perfect. Okay, get ready. You want to come? A member of the audience is approaching.
Okay, so
take the mask off.
okay. There are lots of people here, so I have to wear the mask, okay?
I understand. Okay.
So I couldn't help notice the similarities between the Portuguese stage and Greek stage, especially with punk. And because I'm coming from that era, and I used to go to listen to bands here in Greece, or go to, it reminded me a lot when you described your walk through bars, and we had the same, and now none of this is left. So everything has gone, and only people in my age can remember the places where they used to be, and that it was so similar. And I have recently noticed that the punk stage in Greece has a continuality through the years, and nowadays there is like coming all up again. There are a lot of punk groups singing in Greek lyrics, and yes, and it's amazing. And I wanted just to share that with you. And then I have to ask you if you were ever known outside Portugal.
I never really cared about that, but I think I am. Not the first band, Julius, Pesticida. Some friends told me they went to Germany and Finland, and they know Portuguese bands. Even in England, I was quite amazed, quite struck, because even, you know, when you think you're not doing it just for yourself or just for the audience, you never know you're gonna reach, you know, you're gonna reach always someone. You say like a few things that are true, but we have to accept that life goes on, things change. Music is different. Now you have music in other formats, you know. Well, CD is going, and the vinyl, you know, the records are coming back again, but things have changed. We have to accept that. I don't know. I mean, I think what happened in Greece, in Portugal, in Spain, Italy, France was happening everything at the same time. It's something of our generation. I'm 56, by the way. I was born in 65.
Me too.
20 years after the war ended. Yeah, 65.
Yes.
So I was 5 years old when the Beatles ended. I went through the 70s. late 70s, I was around, right? 12 years old, 13, 14. 1980, I went to France. I played rugby. I attended an English school from the age of 4 till I was 10. From that English school, I went to rugby and studied, not so much. And when I played rugby, I brought a few records from France. And some other friends of mine, they used to bring records from Interrail. They would go to France and bring records, and it was what we would get from radio. The clothes, we would make it ourselves, and the hairs, and and everything was done by ourselves. There was no, everything we had to do it ourselves. And every information we had to swap cassettes, and I think it was quite fun then. But nowadays it's different. You have to accept reality. You have internet. I think you still need to use your brain. I don't expect, this or the telephone or whatever to do everything for you, And ultimately, we're all 50s. I'm not a dad. I haven't got any kids. But people of my age, they've got family. They've got other things to think about. That's why I think my generation did what they had to do.
Yeah.
But I like my age. I think I don't cry over the past. What's done, it's done. Okay, let's do other stuff.
Okay.
Why not? And if you guys in Greece, you have a resurgence of bands playing in Greek. Ultimately, that's the best thing, to sing it your own mother tongue, I use English to communicate, to speak with you, but I couldn't ever sing in English when I sing to a Portuguese audience. It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
I
agree. Thank you so much.
Obrigado. Elas.
Questions? Are you noticing?
I'm being very nice since he won us European champion in 2004. I won't forget that.
JP, thank you for being with us. You have been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado à Embaixada Portuguesa. Muito obrigado ao Instituto Camões. Obrigado. Boa noite.
Beijinhos.
Beijinhos.
Okay.